Alright, so I've got my 2014 Dodge Charger here, and today we're going to be upgrading these headlights to some Auxito LEDs. And I have the H11s, the 9005 for the low beam, high beam. And we'll just go ahead and take a look at them and show you what it comes with. And these are really good LEDs. I've ran these on many of my vehicles. When you open it up, you're going to have some other little zip ties and O-rings, and you'll notice a little Allen wrench in here. So we got the instructions, pair of gloves. You never want to touch your chips or your halogen bulbs. It will ruin them. So as far as this little tool goes, just explain that briefly. If you put this in, when you snap it into place, you're going to want this part of the chip to be vertical. You don't want it to be this way. You don't want it to be laying down this way. You want this to be completely straight up and down. So if you look in here, you'll see a little set screw. That's what this Allen's for. So you have to move this O-ring, slip it off, loosen that, and you will rotate this basically to where you need it, so when you go to lock it in, that it's going to lock in straight. So I'll show you that if we have to adjust that. And set the same thing here. Now this is the H11s, and it's the same thing. If we have to rotate it, we have a set screw. It's located down in there. I said these also have the anti-flicker device on there on both of them, so you won't have any issues with these. You should be able to plug these in and have no problems. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you how basically we're going to get these installed. And it's not real easy getting into these, but there's cars that are much worse. Okay, so I'm going to start out over here on the passenger side because we don't have as much in the way over here, and this just turns a little bit in the counterclockwise manner, and that's all you do. And the same thing over here on the other one. That's definitely more difficult to see here, to say the least. So this is the one that's going to be tough, the high beam over here. We said I can just barely even give you an image of where that's at. Okay, we'll start with this one. Okay, just twist that counterclockwise. We just got to lift up on these tabs. And we're starting out with our 9005. Now I could go ahead and connect it, but I'm not going to. It's going to be impossible for me to show you anything here without taking this whole headlight out. But basically you just kind of, you're going to wiggle it around in there. It's only going to go that one way, and we got to get it into its place. Which, if you kind of pay attention to which is the smaller slot when you take it out, it'll be easier for you to put it back in. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm just going to turn it, just that little bit of a quarter turn or whatever, and we got it locked. Now I'm going to have to check it and make sure it's vertical, but we'll go ahead and connect to this. And sometimes the trick is getting this fed up in here. Well, I just unscrewed it. But you want to just kind of get this back up in here out of the way, and where it's not blocking the fans and stuff. But I've put these in much tighter spots than this. So we'll go ahead and look at it here. Alright, so if you can look in there, I may have to turn this light off. As if you can see in there, it's pretty much vertical. I'd like it to be a little bit straighter than that, so I'm going to have to adjust that a little bit. But we're looking for that to be straight up and down there. Okay, so I turned that a little more. That's pretty good there. It just wasn't turned enough. So we're going to make sure and check the same thing over here. And I'm not really going to be able to give you a view in over here, but I'm going to try to. So you have to reach back over here a pretty good ways. You can't really see anything. We're going to give it a twist. Just that quarter of a turn counterclockwise. Then you can see we can pull it out enough. Now this one has the tabs on the sides there. Just need to lift both of those up. Kind of sort of at the same time, so I have to have both those lifted up. All right. So you're going to be wondering if it's not easier just to take the headlights out for a minute, but you can get it. It just takes a minute. You got to fill. Yeah, so don't touch your bulb there. All right, so once you finally fill it, lock it in there. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look out here. And it's probably hard for you to see in here, but you can see behind this lens. And this one actually went in completely vertical, and you can see as you're placing it in by looking out here through here to how it's rotating. It's not always the case that they work out that way, but it's working out that way on this one. So I'm going to stuff this back in here, and of course where we close everything up, we're going to test them out. Okay, we're going to get this air box out of the way on this side. This 8mm. And you got this hose, pop this off. And then we got this band, we need to loosen this up. Alright, we're just going to pick this whole entire thing up and out of there. Okay, well that air box out of the way actually cleared up some room on this side. This side's even easier to get to. Got the ABS and the windshield washer tank over there, but wow, this one's really tight. Always the most difficult one to get to is the tightest. Alright, so same thing over here. We'll start with our 9005. And hopefully it will but you can get a better view here if it will actually focus. So maybe you can get a clear view of this. Why is not wanting to do what I want it to do? Okay, so you can kind of see You know, two of these are bigger than the other, so it only goes a certain way. Let's take a look at it out here. Alright, so if you can see in there, exactly straight up and down, so we're good to go there. Alright, so now we'll just hook this up. Said usually there is plenty of room. You just want to fold it up in there like so. And we'll get the other one. So just like the other one, we just got to lift the tabs here. And it's harder to see over here, but we're going to get this one fed back in. Alright, so I got that one locked down and it is straight. So we're just going to pick everything up and kind of test everything out here. Get this bit in here. Okay, so I'm just testing out the dims right now, and those are really looking nice. Really looking amazing. Let's go ahead and test the bright. Alright, and there we have it with the brights. That is really bright. Alright, so what I'm going to do, because you can't really get a good comparison unless I just show you before and after, I'm going to take the lights, LEDs back out of the driver's side, because it's actually easier to do those. And we'll put the halogens back in, we'll let it get dark, and then we'll get a good look at it and we can actually get a comparison here. But these are really looking nice. Okay, I wanted to give you a look with the halogens on the left there, and you can definitely see the difference. You get this really nice white light and it shines really well, opposed to the kind of orangey yellow halogen bulbs. And we'll go ahead and kick the brights on. And we'll take a look at it from the outside here. Here's a look with the brights on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just put the LEDs on the driver's side and we'll take it for a test drive. Right, here we are, both of them in. See, they're looking really good. I don't even have the brights on. So you will definitely be impressed when you upgrade to these LEDs. And all of them were vertical in there, so they should be shining exactly where they need to be. The only deviation is just going to be in my headlight itself, headlight assembly. Anyways, I just wanted to give y'all a view of these going down the road, see how nice these are. Said you definitely don't even need the brights. But I'm going to leave links to these where you can get these at and upgrade your halogens. You definitely won't be disappointed. So anyways, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you liked it, found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. As always, I invite you to subscribe, and thank you for watching.